What's up, folks? Let's dive right into it. Tonight's topic is anybody can be your hater. And by that, I mean literally anybody. People that you may least suspect. Those in your inner circle. Those that are related to you by blood. It doesn't have to be strangers. It doesn't have to be fans. It doesn't even have to be your mentor, your professor, anybody. Your parents, your siblings, your closest friends, anyone can be your hater and you don't even know it. Unless you keep your eyes peeled. Keep your senses sharp and pay attention. See, there's a difference between people joking with you, shooting the shit with you, doing those boys will be boys jabs at you, giving you that little rib, as opposed to those who are giving you backhanded compliments, snide remarks, trying to put you down. Pay attention to that. Those who are talking shit about you behind your back, instigating, always giving you that side eye, never truly congratulating you when you reach new milestones. And even when they do, like I said, they're hiding some blades in between those words of congratulations. You know what I'm talking about. It just doesn't feel right with these people. You can just feel like they're not truly happy for your successes. See, it's one thing when you're beneath them, quote unquote, because, hey, it's all subjective. What exactly are you beneath, right? But for all intents and purposes, in these people's minds, they are better than you at that time. And when they are, they can be the nicest person ever, trying to help elevate you, raise you up. But that's because the spotlight is on them. They're being worshipped by you. Allegedly, of course. You might just be going to them as like simply friends, bros, trying to ask them for tips and tricks, advice, life advice, whatever the case may be. You're looking up to them. You want their expertise. And with that, they're relishing, basking in that spotlight. They're the man. They're above you. They're all too ready to tell you what's right and what's wrong. But once you achieve certain success, you might not necessarily be above them yet. But when you're getting close, when you're bridging that gap, closing in on them, they feel threatened. Because guess what? Their position is at stake. You see it all too often in the workplace. Your direct superior. If you're doing too good of a job, what are they going to do? They're either going to give you more work, they're going to berate you, start nitpicking, or they're going to throw you under the bus. Because they're going to replace you. Well, you're going to replace them. Apologies about that. They feel threatened. You're exceeding. Your productivity is more than them. They can't have that. Some of these folks out there, rather than picking up themselves, elevating themselves even more, separating themselves from the pack, they would rather step on the heads of others, drown them, keep them down. They'll bring people down. They'll knock out the ladders from underneath them after they themselves climbed. They'll remove the ladders, making sure you don't climb up next to them. You don't get too close. And like I said, it's not necessarily at the workplace. It could be sibling rivalry gone wrong, gone deadly. How many times have you seen the news? Brothers and sisters, friends, close friends, sabotaging each other, throwing each other on the bus, leaving them for dead. Parents being jealous of their own children's success. You can't outshine the parents. How many times have you heard a parent saying, I raised you. You owe everything to me. Now it's time to give back for life. You owe me everything. Oh, I've heard of those. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention. Because people will change depending on your position. Not everyone is going to treat you the same. That is true. But once you elevate yourself, depending on how much you rise or fall, people will also change based on that. So just because you may be friends with somebody, you may be brothers and sisters or whatever with somebody for your entire life, a younger sibling perhaps, you're looking up to the big bro, the big sis. They're happy to raise you up, for you to tag along. But if you start making more money than them, if you start getting more attention, getting more famous, best believe the script will flip. The mask will come off. Now you've become a threat. It could easily be the same with a parent too. When you're a kid, when you're a baby, you are their prop. Them carrying you, they get more of the spotlight. But once you grow up, start getting bigger, you start having your own achievements and success. Oh no, the spotlight is no longer on them. Then that jealousy and envy kicks in. Same with your friends, so-called friends. That's why you need to always reevaluate where you stand with everybody. Especially when you achieve critical milestones. Because guess what? The positions are constantly in flux, always shifting. And for some people, when you rise above them, you may not even know it, because everyone has their own criteria for what makes somebody better than another. You might never find out. But like I said, you gotta pay attention. Once their demeanor shifts, once they start dropping that sarcasm, that vitriol, once they stop hanging with you, start throwing you on the bus, that's when you know. At the end of the day, does it really matter what it is that's ticking them off? Once they start throwing you under the bus like that, you just gotta cut them off. You gotta be ruthless. Because when they become a cancer, a thorn to your side, if you keep them around, best believe the rot will spread, it will fester, and you will suffer for it. How many times have you heard those who gradually lost all their friends? They all turned against them. They've all been recruited as rotten to the core. You gotta strike first. Strike fast, strike hard. Get rid of them. Don't let them spin the narrative. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you might get lucky where people truly know you for you. And that you're not gonna do these kinds of heinous activities, whatever lies they feed them. But best believe, people are easily swayed. And if you're not on top of your game, you will lose. It's a cutthroat world out there. Just because you've been childhood friends with somebody, just because you grew up with these siblings, with your parents, there's always going to be a pecking order in life. And of course, you don't want to be caught with your pants down, with the odd one out. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Come on, man. Siblings, parents, they want nothing but your success. And yes, that may be true 90% of the time. But what about that other percentage? What about that instance where you hit the jackpot and get a sociopathic parent, a narcissist, a psycho? What then? You gotta be able to protect yourself from that. Understanding that not everyone has your best interest at heart. And it could be anybody, literally. So I hope this video helps. I want you to reevaluate everyone in your life. Are they an asset or are they a liability? You make the right call. Peace.